Hi trader, welcome to Elite Currency. This video is all about the euro dollar and pound dollar. We see some interesting bounces from the Fibonacci levels, so we could expect perhaps a downtrend continuation. Let's take a look. Let's start with the euro dollar. This is daily chart. We had a very bearish momentum, of course, that pulled away from the 21 EMA for probably like 25 or 30 days. Really a high number. So when we have that many days moving away from 21 EMA, that becomes a resistance zone, and prices retrace back to that 21 EMA band. So there's a high chance that price will actually bounce and reverse from this 21 EMA band. So that's what we're looking at right now. Retracement within the downtrend. Strong momentum, pull back to the 21 EMA, and a potential bounce away from it for a wave 5, because this is probably wave 3. When considering the strong momentum, we would assess that that's probably a wave 3. This is probably wave 4 correction. Here we had somewhere wave 1, 2, could be here, could be here. That still depends a little bit on a few details. But so we also had a 38.2 fib bounce basically. So all in all, pretty much looking good, like a completed wave 4. There's only one thing though, price is still in a bullish momentum. You can see the HMA is up like this, and price is kind of like hesitating here. There's some kind of corrective price action pattern evolving right now, and this is more looking like an ABC correction than really a downtrend continuation as yet. That could change if price breaks through support like this. For instance, the support trend line, it tried to early this morning, I guess, or if it breaks through this trend line maybe, and the 21 EMAs yet again. If we get a bearish break maybe below this support zone around 117.50, I think that could start that wave 5 that we're talking about, and we could see a downtrend continuation. We might see a breakout candle here. Would be interesting, I think, for on the 4-hour chart, for instance, for that continuation lower. Going back to the daily chart, if we have a daily candle too that pushes below the 21 EMA, that too could be a very interesting trigger for more downside on the euro dollar. Another factor that would help with the euro dollar break to the downside is if we get the HMA to basically snap back below, to become bearish again. If we see that momentum is lost on the momentum indicator that we have here, if it goes from blue to light blue, like here, for instance, that also could indicate the end of this bullish correction, the start of bearish momentum. And on the hourly chart, we can see that price has probably made ABC correction. If we get a push below the moving averages, we should see some kind of pattern like this on the hourly chart, some kind of bear flag back to the 21 EMA band. And if we get then a break of that bear flag, that too could be interesting for a continuation lower. So we could either trade the break, or on, looking at the hourly chart, I could also wait for break, pullback, continuation as a follow through of the euro dollar to the downside. Now, if price does not break to the downside, because the market is the market, you never know what it will do. We cannot outguess it or outsmart it. If it does break to the upside, if it breaks above this resistance, because it is kind of in a triangle at this moment, then it could move up to hit the 38.2 fib. It kind of missed it by a few pips last time, which is at 118.50, or it could even extend up to the 50 fib at 119.60, and there could be some intraday trades between that zone. It's about 100 pip space. So on a 50-minute, maybe 1-hour chart, there are some potential trades in that zone. For instance, a break, flag, continuation is one possibility. The 50 fib in turn is a strong resistance spot too, and there I would expect again bearish engulfing twins or some kind of bearish candlestick pattern to emerge, and that could be again a signal of that wave 5 to the downside. If price does break above the 50 fib, what I don't expect at this moment, then the whole wave 4 analysis is just becoming less likely. So for me, it seems pretty likely that this is wave 4, but if it breaks above the 50 fib, then probably not. In that case, I think we probably had an ABC, very big wave C, but probably that's it. For a wave W, I think we will see another ABC to the upside for wave X, and probably another ABC down for wave Y. That will be the alternative scenario for the euro dollar. Otherwise, this is looking like a 5-wave down. Within a wave A, up we go for wave B afterwards, once we finish the 5th wave. All right, regarding pound dollar, pretty much the same story, because we had, again here, a lot of momentum below the 21 EMAs, just like 30 candles. So we are expecting the 21 EMA to hold and for price to bounce out this EMA zone. And that's what it's doing. We had some indecision candles on the daily chart, 2 dojis, and yesterday's small bearish candle. But the HMA is up. So we are seeing some reaction. We are seeing a response from price in this 21 EMA zone on both currency pairs, but we're not seeing price move away from it yet, right? Will we get that? I don't know. Time will tell, but HMA snapping back to bearish would help. We already have lost momentum here on pound dollar daily chart with regard to the momentum indicator. So that could be a first clue. We are getting lower lows on the daily candles and lower highs as well, but very slowly. So let's put a channel on it. We are also now here, I should say not we, but the pound dollar is in a bearish channel here, like this. All right. So from this point of view, well, it depends, I guess something like that. So from this point of view, interesting channel, right? It also broke below the support trend line. If we add that like this, clearly a break, and we're looking for a continuation. When would that continuation happen? I think we got to be careful of some potential support levels around here, 133, and probably around here, which is around 133.50. All right. So break below 133.50 and 133, I think, would confirm the potential wave 5 bearish breakout. Otherwise, this is pretty slow and choppy price action. So what could happen as well, especially if it breaks above this channel, is that we get a bigger bullish correction to the upside. In that case, of course, price could head towards a deeper fib, and let's put a fib from, I think it was from here to here on the 4-hour chart. You can see the price stopped at the 23.6 fib. So if it breaks above the channel, there is a potential for price to go up to the 38.2 fib, where we have the cluster of long-term moving averages and a previous top at around 136. That, of course, just like the euro dollar, could be a turning spot and the end of the wave 4 as well. So back to the 4-hour chart. So if we get that break to the upside, there could be, some space to the upside on an intraday time frame. It could make sense. Maybe a good breakout candle, or on the 4-hour chart, or a break flag continuation on 1-hour chart. So that could happen if the flag breaks to the upside. If the flag breaks to the downside, then this is probably wave 3 of that bigger wave 5. All right, and this is probably wave 1, 2. So we're looking for some good candlestick patterns, like a strong 4-hour candle, to push through 133.50 basically. Maybe challenge 133 or slightly break below it. That would be a good formation. Or on the 1-hour chart, again, same story. 1-hour break, flag, continuation would be another way of trading it. If price moves up, but respects this confluence up in here, it doesn't break out, right? But rather moves up, hits this kind of zone right here. It's about 134, where we have the broken trend line and the top of the channel, 134, 134.15, could be a head and shoulders as well, like this, around that level. That could still be a bouncing spot as well. So that's something to be aware of, is that, price moving back into the zone doesn't have to break out necessarily. It could also bounce and fall from that zone for the continuation of the downtrend. So that too could be an interesting zone to look for shorts, just like the bearish break. And here I would say the bullish break. So that's how the pound dollar looks like. I think that both pairs are a bit choppy at this moment. I think it's 50-50. I think they could break both ways. But overall, the charts remain bearish, and I expect one more lower low. Question is, will it be now, soon, or will price make a retracement? And, well, you know how I'm going to tackle it. I'm going to keep an eye on price action versus these moving averages and channels. If you're by any chance interested in knowing more about these methods, about waves, check out ECSEliteCurrency.com and ECS SWAT. That's the method that I'm trading with. Or, of course, feel free to check out Nanet's method, CAMACD, or our live service where we send our analysis and our trade ideas through, or trade setups of our own through the Telegram channel. So wish you all good trading in any case, and see y'all very soon. Cheers.